Hello, and welcome back to the Full Figure Family Affair with the Watson sisters. I'm Grande Beauty,
I'm Amber Beauty.
I am the American Beauty.
and we just recently did a blog, and we're going to do a follow up on our blog about plus size relationship because we got so many responses that we thought we should do a follow up and answer some questions and pretty much go back into the subject and we're just gonna let it flow, really. So, first of all, we just want to say thank you for all your responses, all your comments, your emails, your inboxes, text messages, Twitter. Thank you all for your responses. So, I think first we should get on the subject about. Well, I had this a young lady named Alexandria. She inboxed me saying that she was in tears from seeing our blog because she grew up in a plus size family, and her mother was plus size, but her uncles and aunts, they ridiculed her mother about her size, and she herself is plus size, but she goes to the gym, she works out, she lives a healthy lifestyle. So what do we have to say about, I guess, about people thinking that when they automatically see a plus size person, they automatically think you just unhealthy. You're sitting there eating cheeseburgers and Snickers all day, which is not the case. So, well, I think we should tap into that subject since, she kind of brought that up about being healthy. She goes to the gym or whatnot. Next.
I think it's always great to go, to the gym, to walk, to try and eat healthy. For anyone.
Yeah.
I know I've seen many of bigger girls like who, for instance, play football, or maybe I watched a special on MTV where a girl, she was a weightlifter, and she was a big girl, but she could lift like 300 pounds, and she was very in shape. She was mostly muscle, but she was a plus size girl. Like I said, just because you are big doesn't mean that you're not, that you're in shape, healthy. I know many big people who can run faster than someone smaller or who are in sports. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're, not healthy.
Yes, I just think it's the ignorance of people who think if you're small, you're in shape, you're in great health, but it's a lie, because I know a lot of heavy girls that can outrun a smaller girl. So, working out and
and that's another point.
It's crazy.
I remember when I go to the doctor, and I was sitting there, and I noticed, like, I was coming in there because my iron was low. I had iron low, but I would see people small walking out with, like, literally grocery bags of medications, and I'm like, what is wrong with them? I'm like, okay, so I'm sitting here, I'm this big person, I'm supposed to be so unhealthy, but these people are on oxygen and everything, and I mean young to old. So I was like, okay, so who's the unhealthy person? And that brings up another point. We were watching Black Girls Rock last night, and who was the girl that sung the song with the curly hair?
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name, but the girl that she was the newcomer, or whatever, she was out of breath. She was winded when she was singing. But look at a woman like Jill Scott. Jill Scott ruled that stage, was not out of breath, did not miss a note from to and from on that stage. So that is proof in the pudding that just because you're big doesn't mean that you're less, you're less out of shape than anyone else. Because I've seen small women, I can outdance all day. I could be on the dance floor all day, and they'll be tired off of one cha-cha slide. And I done went through the cha-cha slide, the castle slide, the wobble.
And I was very athletic. I was a cheerleader, and when I had physicals, I would pass my physicals.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do retakes, and that probably was the smaller girl in the room next to me. They probably had to do the retake,
Exactly.
but.
And proof like who was that? Was that Flojo? Or which one was that? Yeah, that was Flojo who died. Track athlete. You have people falling dead from heart attacks that are small. We all have to take care of ourselves, whether you're small, big, large, whatever. Everybody has to to take care of themselves. So I think,
I mean, high blood pressure, diabetes, it doesn't just run in heavy people.
yeah,
It runs also in smaller people.
Yeah.
So that's why I say a lot of it, I just think is ignorance
Yeah.
of people and insecurities of other people who think that way.
So anyway, we'll give a shout out to this guy named Johnny. He sent a message on Facebook saying how he always loved plus size women. He always loved BBWs.
Hello, Johnny.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. And we're gonna get, okay, we have a question. A guy named Kobe on Facebook. He sent a question. He says, what attracts men the most? Is it physique? Like your big booty, or whatever, big booty popping or whatever, or your attitude. He said, what attracts a man more? The big booty and thighs, or a woman with, he said, swagger and a graceful attitude. I'm guessing what he's trying to say. So I think it's according to the man. Men, period, are more physically attracted to women. They look physically at women. So I think it's the man. Whereas, you know, a gentleman would look at her attitude, you know, because they look beyond the looks. Because, okay, she fine, but she's not carrying herself accordingly, so he would be turned off. A man who is just a man would look at her and say, okay, she's fine. She's not carrying herself like a lady, but guess what? She got a big booty. So,
hey,
what you think of that, Lee?
I think it depends on the situation and I guess the guy also. I mean, I guess if you're out somewhere and maybe you're out, you know, at a restaurant, a lady gets up and walks to the bathroom, you might notice her physique more, or you could notice her attitude. I guess it depends on the situation. A physical appearance is always what, you know, I think it's 99% of the times what attracts a person to someone. I know for me, it is something about someone physically, because I don't know who you are, but after that, then, you know, that's when your mind takes on.
Yes, and I feel like if someone says, you know, that they don't, they're lying. Because I also feel like 99% of the time, I mean, that's the first thing you see when you look at someone. It has to be an attraction there. But I think still it all depends on how this woman carries herself, what she allows. So, the woman in the room who doesn't have any behind or whatever, she may pulls him by the way she carries herself, but of course he may still wants to talk to this woman with the behind, but it all depends on how she carries herself, because she's just going to be that behind versus, you know, this is someone I can talk to, or yes, or it could be different, but I think it depends on how you present yourself to him.
That brings me to another thing, because I tweeted about this today. I've had several men, close men that I deal with or whatever, that have told me that they don't comment on my pictures and they don't say anything to me. It's like they're non-existent to me because they see a whole lot of other guys saying stuff to me on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. And I mean, these are guys, you know, I'm not guys, but you know what I'm saying, guys that are trying to, I guess, date me or whatever, but they said I don't come back, because you know, I asked them like, why you never comment on my pictures, or why don't you ever say anything on my Facebook? And they say, because I see these other guys saying stuff to you. And I feel like men could be jealous. That brought me to, I feel like
men are very jealous.
Yeah, that kind of brought me to it. And this guy told me, he said, a man that is like that is jealous. He said that is not a real man, because a real man is gonna be like, hey, I see you, and and if you feel like that woman is yours, it doesn't matter what anybody says to her. You're the one that's gonna stick out, because she's gonna be like, okay, you said something to me, and that kind of tripped me out. But in turn, I see these same guys that will compliment a woman that I know is not as attractive as I am. I ain't making no, I'm going to toot my horn, yes, I have that much confidence. I can say I'm attractive than the women that I see them, you know, communicating with. And I think that's the thing of intimidation. I think they feel like I'm going to boast this woman.
Yes.
But she's already so much. I don't want to give her no more than what she already got.
Yes.
Because I'm not average full-figure female. I think of myself very highly. You can't tell me anything. So, what y'all think about that? Can men be jealous of women? Intimidated?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I used to feel like guys were intimidated by me because, like I could go out, I know I'm dressed nice. I've got makeup done good. I'm tall. I'm like 5'9", 5'10", and plus size. So I'd be like, what? What's the deal? I think it's intimidation. Guys were intimidated by me because I didn't look, like I need a man, or she already had someone, stuff like that. So,
and let a good woman go by.
Yeah. I'm the type of person I really am not gonna approach a guy unless I really want to talk to him. I feel like I'm kind of old school in that way. Yes. I feel like a guy should approach you. But now I see that you have to, if you want something, you gotta go out there and get it.
And not cut you off. That's what they're used to. That's the thirst. Women have made it, and I know since I've been separated from my husband, getting back into the thing of dealing with men is a whole new thing, to where women have made it so easy, and men are just like, by the time you in a 30-minute conversation, they answer when can they come over your house, instead of where can I take you out to eat? Yes. Can I take you to the mall? Can I take you to the museum? Can we go to the park? It's, can I come to your house? Yeah. No.
That's how it is.
Because you have women now that you meet them in the club, you meet them, they let the men come to their house that night, and that's just what it is.
It makes it harder for women who are really looking for something.
It is.
And then, the guy makes it harder for you. But, you're a good woman.
Yeah.
And then it trips me out, like, back on what you were saying, they would let the good woman walk past them, and here goes the mess, who's really not looking for anything real. And I'm single also, but trying to get back out there is so hard.
It is. It really
so
is.
I'm paying for other women's mistakes of how they carry themselves, but I carry myself totally different. So, and I hate that.
A lot of it I've seen too. Women have been hurt so much. So I'm not making any excuses, because when you see these chicks on Maury, they have like 5 different dudes on there, trying to find out the paternity of their child. You see them getting caught with men, because women really have gotten tired of the game. So women, it's a game like, I'm gonna get you before you get me. So men have kind of come to think that all women are the same, and that all women are gonna play games. And I can't blame them, because it gets hard and it's very hurting. And a lot of times women would admit that to themselves, like, I'm hurt. It would save a lot of heartache. And a lot of women, you have this boo thing era, this I don't know his name, but I'm gonna call him boo, and all this. It's really a cover. It's a mask of what they're feeling. It's a feeling of, I'm gonna show you that I'm not gonna expect anything from you, because I don't really think I'm gonna get anything. Yes. So I'm gonna put this shell over my heart and over my feelings, because nothing's gonna come of this. And this is just speaking from a female. This is not speaking from a plus size female point of view. That's just a female, period.
Yes. And then I have, my own opinion, different look at it. Yes, women hurt too, but men also hurt too.
Yeah, it's true.
But
it's true.
The difference between the hurts are when a woman is hurt, is, I'm gonna go sleep with this guy, that guy. That's how they feel. Like, okay, I'm getting back at what this guy did to me, so I'm gonna sleep with him, or that. And the guy, the way he gets back is he meets the good girl and dogs her out.
Exactly.
So that's how the difference between the hurt is, and how they both play their hurt out. So that's the difference between it. And that's how both of them mess up, because she could meet, that may be the guy, and
And that's vice
the
versa.
woman he was
That's-
looking for,
yeah.
but he has all the
That's
right.
vice versa, because women get so used to the no good men. When she meet that good one, she's like, I don't believe anything you say, so I'm gonna make sure that I have my stuff in order. So, and just in case you mess up, but see, then her just in case you mess up turns into the guy looking like, dang, she dogged me. So, I mean, I feel it. I feel men too, because it's crazy. And like I say, when I'm on Twitter, all I see is hurt. Everybody is talking about hurt. And the thing about women, on Facebook too, the thing about women, you can tell when they're hurt. Okay, the relationship, like the status of the tweet is, oh, I just met him, he's so wonderful, and oh, he's taking me out. A week later, oh, I love him, and they're making all these sexual tweets or posts, letting you know, like, okay, we've been intimate. Then next thing you know, forget him, it's about me, and it's about my job, and it's about me and my kids. It's like, okay, well, he didn't do it wrong
And
now.
it's me and Jesus.
Yes, and, oh yeah,
Alone.
it's me and the Lord now, because he is not doing right. And then the men is F money, get bitches, and you know that. I'm like, okay, now he hurt. I mean, it's crazy. The men retract to money, cars, and clothes. Women retract to my children, the Lord, and me.
I can't stand that when you pick up the Bible and try to pimp it because you're hurt. As soon as you find somebody else, you throw it back down. You don't need it. You're not so in love with Jesus. Now I see that a lot. And then it's not about your kids. It's about you and your boo.
I had this one guy I seen on, I don't know, it was Facebook or Twitter. And ladies, men watch things. They watch a real man. I'm talking about a real man. A real man would watch how you treat your kids, how you carry yourself, and everything. This guy said that he went over to this young lady's house, and she had cooked dinner for him. She cooked him steak. I mean, she laid it out for him. And he said that she cooked her son ramen noodles. He said he gave her son his plate, and he left. I said, now that's a man. Because he looked at, you treat your son lower than me. I'm just a man just now meeting you. And you are laying it out for me. And you giving your child less than me. And a real man would have walked out like he did. So, I like him.
Yes, where is he?
Where you at?
Where are you?
Go ahead. Unless you want to say that. Okay. Well, the next subject is, I had this guy named Sean. He commented on our blog, and he was saying that because you know how our saying is, plus size is a preference for men, not a fetish. So he commented and said that shouldn't all women be uplifted? Pretty much he's saying, why are we just uplifting plus size women, and shouldn't we all be treated exactly alike, and aren't we all special? And he was saying, if we're not a fetish, then why in the industry of adult entertainment, that is what we label as, and why do plus size women levitate to that area of being